All right, and with that, the interview begins. My name is Michael O'Keefe, and I'm joined by
Tilman Singer
and
Dari Mendes.
And the movie is that you guys are promoting in Fantasia. Tell the audience.
It's called Luz. It's our first feature.
First feature film. Congratulations!
Yes.
I just saw the film. It's July 20th here at the 22nd edition of Fantasia, and you got your big. Is this the first time this film was screened before?
No, we were at Berlin Film Festival.
Fair enough.
So that was our world premiere, but this is our North American premiere.
Ooh, hot damn! So how are you feeling today?
I'm a little hungover, but I was excited yesterday, and now the hangover is going away, and excitement is coming back.
So, who are some of your favorite horror directors? Are they European, American, all over the place, Japanese?
Well, I mean, okay, so it's easy. Because people ask me okay, what are your influences?
Yeah.
And there are way too many to count. But if you ask for horror directors, it's my number one is Carpenter.
Ooh.
My second one is Argento.
Ooh,
I think.
Hot damn! I'm a Fulci guy, but I love Argento.
I love Fulci.
Oh yeah,
I love him. But
Don't Torture a Duckling.
The whole shit.
That was kind of in the back of my head for this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Oh no,
thinking that.
dude.
Yeah.
Yes, but I have not seen it before Luz. I saw it after we produced it. And there was another guy coming up saying oh yeah, this reminded me so much of that film. Mm-hmm. It's also it's kind of a blur what I saw right before shooting
for sure.
And whatnot. For example, I don't know if I saw Possession right before or while we were shooting or after.
I know it was before. Because,
and it also, of course, it got in there, even though it's so different. But
Possession's very strong. I love European horror. And I know
I love old European horror,
and I know in Germany, same here for sure.
Yeah.
Give me a Fulci, a Lenzi, a Diodato, a Martino, and I heard that cannibal movies were popular in Germany, back in the day.
Is that so?
Yeah, they sold like crazy. It was the biggest market.
But from Germany?
Nah,
the Italian and the US.
Holocaust.
Okay,
like
sure. I did not. You're talking about West Germany first of all, because East Germany they didn't have those. That's where I'm born. To me, it doesn't feel. I mean, maybe it's nowadays, but it doesn't feel to me that Germany is so big on horror.
No. So how many people are you a singular voice in Germany making horror?
No, I'm definitely not. That's what I'm slowly learning. But when we produce this, so we produce this at our art school. We were studying together. It wasn't a film school. It's an art school called Academy of Media Arts. It's an awesome place. You can do whatever you want there. And so that's how we wrote and produced and shot the movie there. But when we did that, I felt very much alone. I didn't know if anybody's gonna care for this, and I was even so naive that I even didn't really know about that global, fantastic fantasy festival scene. So it is super awesome to by accident. Because we had a lovely team. It's just a whole bunch of friends, different directors that were working as the dolly grip or as props department. All they're doing a super lovely job, and they all had the script and they all liked it, and we were all very very passionate about it. And I don't know what kept me going was I thought okay, so now in this place in this academy where you have a little bit of funding from the state, a little bit of money, and we can do whatever we want to, and it's very cheap, and nobody gets paid, but we can produce our own thing. It's now or never. If I go out into the free market and I don't have any movie to account, to show off what I can do or what my vision is, then it's basically just now or never. And that put me under a lot of stress, of course, a lot of fucking pressure. And then that was always the moment, we had so many problems. First of all, we applied for funding from state, but we didn't know if we would get it. So after 2 months or something, you get a call or a letter. So you have to do it kind of go into completely blind, and you don't know if you get the money, but you have to pre-produce, you have to get the costs and everything. So you were always shaking, do I get it? And then, and then we couldn't find the right locations, but then we found the location, and it's just been like that. And then we didn't know if any festival would be interested in. Then Berlinale picked it up, and so that's cool, but it's always this.
A lot of process.
It's a lot of shaking, and after a while you just become calm.
Was it school? You guys
Yeah,
school?
We started at the same time, and we became friends really early on. And then after a while, I started making movies. You worked a sculptor artist, you would say.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did like sculptures, and he became immediately.
Yeah, I remember seeing like just a little work of Tilman that he did in the school, and it was really not the plot that I was interested in. It was just the style.
Yeah, the atmosphere.
Yeah, and then I was like, that's how it's told. It's amazing. Like this getting information from A to B, like really, really good. And this information can be also like a mood or a feeling.
Yeah,
and I was totally like, I'm into that. Like this is awesome because I like actually also like designing stuff. Like really, for me, designing is putting information from A to B. And I saw this in him. And I saw this big interest in that, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that, and so that's how I got into making movies. I'm actually just working for him.
To go back to this like feeling of loneliness. This is actually what I got, because it felt a little bit like most movies that were being produced around me in Germany and student films in general. They were like all kind of like political mouthpieces for like.
We had the same thing in Ottawa.
Not interested in the
culture or the history,
right?
The medium. Why is it a movie? Why
exactly.
is it a movie?
Write an essay or something.
Just tell it to me if you don't care.
So, for like a guy walking down the street, what would you say this film is about? Or like how would you like, get him in to get into the cinema?
Well, the film is about a young lady that's on the run. She's a cab driver, and she's being followed by a demon that's in love with her. Mm-hmm. And that demon wants her kind of back, because there's a pre-story for that. But in order to get her, it is putting her under hypnosis. And at the same time, while the movie progresses, I think the audience is being put under hypnosis.
Oh, that is cool. That's pretty meta.
Right.
And I like the actors involved too.
Dude,
how did you
so lucky.
So lucky.
Yeah.
Well, Jan, the psychotherapist, I knew him for a long time. My brother is a theater actor. He's one of his oldest friends. I know him for a long time, and actually at some point when I called him up like, hey, are you interested in working with me on this? I actually wrote the role directly for him. You know, after like a certain point, like second draft or something, I knew he was on board, and I wrote it for him. And then with Luana, the main actress, the lead actress, she's fantastic, and that was really lucky. We met her, Dario and I, we met her at a like mini residency we had with like some artists in Tuscany, actually. It's just some random really nice trip. You were there for 2 weeks, you could do workshops, and she was there because she was an acting student.
Yeah.
So that was by chance. I was looking for a young actress that has a perfect Latin American accent, and we didn't really care for the country. Originally, I wrote it for Colombia, but then we changed it to Chile because she was born in Chile.
There you go.
And yeah, we were just lucky. Dario remembered her and said like, hey, isn't Luana from Peru or something? And I was like,
I don't remember this.
Oh, yeah,
I don't remember that I ever told you about her because I never talked to her.
Yeah, me neither. But you wrote me a WhatsApp and said like, hey, remember this girl? She's from Peru or something. And then I called her up and I met with her. It was super nice, and I offered her the role on the spot, just like after talking to her for 3 hours or something.
3 hours, wow.
Because we were like...
You were connected, it was good vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the music. I really did the soundtrack, especially early on in the film. It kind of like creeps you into this world.
Right.
And I was definitely thinking, I thought it was great you said John Carpenter, because I was definitely in the John Carpenter vibe. So tell me about the composer and how he got
So the composer, Simon Vasco, he's a really talented and smart guy. He's one of my oldest friends, actually. I think I've been friends with him ever since we were 15 or something. You know, played in indie bands together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yes, no, he's right now he's doing his PhD in philosophy, and sometimes his work gets very brainy, but I think he's super talented. He did all the soundtracks for us to all the
for your shorts too.
For your shorts, yeah. I don't know. He has just a super nice understanding. He brought the whole jazzy stuff in it.
Yeah.
And also a lot of things that he wrote and then produced, he did it remotely because he spent, I don't know, half a year in Chicago at the time when we were in post-production. So actually like that whole bar drum thing that goes on for 50 minutes, he kind of called up the right guy to record, got a musician to come from Berlin to Cologne to record, to play the drums, and he gave them just like that synth track, and then he recorded the saxophone in Chicago. So it was a lot of like patchworking, and then he got the string quartet in Germany later. Yeah, I was super excited. The thing is, like, I cannot even speak for him. He likes to approach things kind of naively. So I wouldn't say like he has like the complete. He doesn't have like like the knowledge I'm having maybe from retro horror movies or Carpenter scores. I know he loves Carpenter scores.
Well, you know what's that's amazing. He said this because Carpenter, when he was doing the scores, he would riff.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, obviously he knew the whole movie. Yeah. But he didn't he wasn't thinking about every note in his head like so meticulously. He would just kind of go with it. So that's so cool.
And a lot of the score is actually like kind of demos that might be then have been worked on, but he gave me lots of things that I actually edited to. Oh. So the whole like transformation scene when the demon and the psychotherapist is getting ready and putting on a dress and like poking his nose, that is just him actually like looking for something. He's just playing like the synthesizer and he's looking for a theme. That's how the theme changes so much, and it's some kind of like Twin Peaksy something, you know.
It keeps my heart.
Yeah, but I just liked it. It just made that montage seem so perfect. And then I told him like, please don't now try to make it better. Just let's
keep it at let's still overthink it. Let's just say what was worse. So what's the plans for distribution for this film?
Well,
you said you guys put your own money up?
Yeah, I mean a bit, and that's how we producers. Yeah. So we had like actual executive producers working on the film, of course. Yeah. But
you're doing festivals.
Yes, we're doing festivals. We're just hung over from the launch party of a world sales agency called Yellowville Pictures. Guys are amazing. We just met them here for the first time.
They just got into it.
Yeah, they're literally the best.
This is a hip city, Montreal.
Oh yeah. Well, they're from all over the place. Two of them are living in New York, and Duke is living in LA. And so it's a U.S. company.
Have you guys been to the States yet?
No.
Shop this movie around? Not yet? But you got people in the States working for you.
Yes, it's gonna come up though. Distribution, I don't know at what point they are with like their negotiations, but people are interesting. We're in the middle of stuff. There's a lot of festivals coming up.
We got a little theater in Ottawa called the Mayfair Theater, and we'll spread the word. We'll do what we can. Let's get it.
I'd love that. I'd love that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. What's after this film? Hopefully, plays at every Cineplex now.
That's not gonna happen.
No. It'll do its thing though. Are you guys? Hopefully gonna keep making movies.
Sure.
Still horror movies? Gonna branch out?
Well, it's too early to really tell, but I'm writing the next thing. It's that hard time when you have your first film out and you're at festivals all the time. Right. But also you have to kind of earn your rent, which doesn't work, and then at the same time you have to write your next thing. So right now it's a lot, and I'm writing like at nights and on weekends or something. But yeah, I'm working on the next thing. It's gonna be a genre piece. It's gonna be kind of horror-y. I don't know.
Horror-y. So maybe
I don't know yet about the tone. The thing what I really want is like I want to create something with a like really emotional impact. Yeah. Because I'm kind of like a sentimental guy also,
Oh yeah.
And there's not so much in Luz, and now I want to like bring that more out. So this is like the aspect I want to enhance on. But yeah, it's gonna be like, it has fantastic elements. It has a little like gore in it. So I guess it's a horror movie.
All right, so we will stay tuned to everything that goes on with Luz.
Yes.
How do I say it? Luz?
Yeah, Luz. No, it's Luz. Yeah, Luz. It's in Spanish, so Luz.
True. Okay. Yes, I'm.
In German, it would be Lutz.
Don't do